everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today's project started as a cute little thrifted whale that I got from the SPCA, and it very quickly turned into a full-blown crafting disaster. I used the wrong silicone, I then did the wrong cut, and one very stubborn tail later, things did not go to plan. But don't worry, because I figured out the fix and I saved the mold, and the second pour, well, let's just say it was so worth it. So like I said in the intro, I used the wrong silicone when I molded this little whale that I got from the thrift store. I used a 25 and I should have used a 10, but even then I think I might have had a problem with this mold, because the 25 is quite a thick, dense silicone. It was really difficult, as you can see, to get this glass whale out of here. So in a rush, I thought, okay, I'm going to split it because it has nice thick sides to it and a split is not going to be a problem. So instead of thinking first when I was doing the split, I just did the split down the side of the mold. Instead of thinking, where is it actually getting more stuck than the rest? So anyway, I managed to get the whale out with just one split. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm going to pour my whale and it's going to come out exactly the same as the one that I had from the thrift store. I'm battling with the word thrift store. So I used some elastic bands and I used some tape and I taped up the mold. But like I said, it is a thick walled mold, so it does self-seal, which is quite nice. And I put in my alcohol so that I didn't get any air bubbles in the tail part or in the nose of it. And I mixed my resin, I should say. I hadn't poured it yet. I mixed my resin and I poured it into where the tail is and where the nose of the snout, the nose of the whale is. And I bumped it around. I didn't want any air bubbles in it because I wanted it to look exactly like the whale that you can see sitting proudly on the right hand side of my screen. So I got my silicone tool and I was digging around, making sure that I didn't have any air bubbles in the tail part and in the nose section. So I decided I wouldn't do it clear. I actually want to use this as bookends, even though they're not that heavy, but they should be fine if you've got them on a shelf with books. So I thought I would use some purple and white stones, which I had got from our craft store, and I had some little amethyst stones as well that I thought I would put in to the tail section, because the tail section is quite thin, so the smaller stones would be better to use than the bigger, chunkier purple and white stones. So I filled up the mold with some more resin and then just kept topping it up and then adding more stones, taking out some resin, adding more stones. But I obviously didn't want any of the stones to stick out the back or the bottom, whichever way you look at it. And gave it a spray of my 99% alcohol and waited for it to cure. I took off the masking tape and the elastic bands went with the masking tape, And I was really excited because I was like, I've split this mold, it's going to work perfectly. So I was already thinking, okay, well, that's great. Now let's try and get it out. And I knew that it was going to be a battle, and I broke the tail off. I was devastated because I was like, you've got to be kidding me. If I had thought originally and not been in such a hurry, I should have realized that the tail was the part where it was going to get stuck more than anywhere else. Because even though the nose has got, or the snout, or whatever you call a whale's nose, is quite sharp, the tail goes at such an angle that is where I should have actually made the split in the first place. So whether the first split didn't make any difference, or if it did make a difference when I decided I needed to do a second pour, I'm not sure. But this is basically to show you that even if you have a mold that you are really battling to get your pieces out of, you can make a split, and it doesn't actually make any difference to the casting of your item. So I was like, okay, fine, I will make a second one. So I just used some of my white stones. I didn't use any of the amethysty type stones, but I did use the same stones, green and white, as I did for the original one. And then I just topped it up with a little bit of the small white stones as well. And then did a little run around with my long neck lighter just to get rid of some of the bubbles. And on the second attempt, I was hoping that it was going to work because I love this whale, and I was adamant I was going to get it so that I could get a perfect cast. So again, took off my tape. But like I said, once you actually put the mold together, you can't even see where the split is. It's really difficult to even see it. So on the inside, when you actually do the casting, you can't even see there is a join because it molds so nicely to itself. And then this was the moment of reckoning. There is the tail. And I was so nervous to do this. I was like, I have to get this right. I have to get this right. So with my 2 splits, double split mold, I was still trying to get my fingers in it without snapping that tail off. But I was being really careful the second time because I did not want to break the tail. And there he came out so beautifully. And he is gorgeous. And you cannot tell where there is a join in the mold or the split in the mold because, like I said originally, it is a nice thick walled silicone mold. So it actually self-seals really nicely. And there is my little whale. He is gorgeous. And there's no bubbles. Absolutely no bubbles. So I was really happy about that. And there is where my 2 splits are. And when you actually put it together, you can hardly even tell that there are splits in that mold. So what I did do, Marshall, stop growling. I stuck the first tail back onto Mr. Whale because I wasn't going to throw it away. It was for me anyway, and I basically just wanted to get the mold done. And finally, with having to split it twice, I had the perfect mold for my whale. So I just used some super glue and I stuck the purple whale's tail back on, and he was as good as new. You can slightly see that it was broken there, but anyway. But even he didn't have any bubbles in him other than his little broken tail. So that is how I managed to fix my disaster. Once I had super glued on his tail, I just went over it with some UV resin just to make it a little bit stronger and to also give a little bit of a shine to where I had put the my brain's gone to mush again. The super glue, where I had put the super glue, I just used some UV resin and fixed it so that it was less noticeable. Not that you can notice it. If I showed anybody, I'm sure they wouldn't even notice that it had broken there, because it was quite a clean break. So it fitted back perfectly. And with the stones, you hardly even notice it. So I gave him 2 little eyes. That's all I wanted to do, because he was already nice and colorful with his purple and white and amethyst colors. And there are my little twin whales. How gorgeous do they look? So from a snap tail and a stuck mold to a smooth, easy release and a beautiful final piece. Well, I think so anyway. So if you ever find yourself battling with a stubborn mold, and you really don't need to panic, because sometimes all it takes is a smart split in the right place. Don't be like me. Try the smart place first. If you guys enjoyed this little crafting roller coaster, don't forget to like and subscribe, and come and join me for more of sometimes chaos and sometimes not so much chaos. I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed and has liked my videos. I really appreciate you all. And again, as usual, until next time, have a great one.